Should Christians get tattoos? Well, some people really wrestle with this question, but it's probably very likely many don't wrestle with this question enough. A verse that will often come up is Leviticus 19:28, which says, "Don't cut your bodies for the dead or put tattoo marks on yourself." This verse is part of the ceremonial law from the Old Testament. It's important that we remember, we've talked about this before, but Jesus fulfilled the law for us, and so we're not required to obey all the Old Testament ceremonial law. Actually, to the people who would cite this verse, the verse before it in Leviticus actually commands people not to trim their sideburns. And the verse before that says not to eat your steaks rare. And so if you're going to use this verse to condemn tattoos, just be consistent in your application of it. I don't think there's a verse that you can point to that says tattoos are sinful, but I don't think we should go Post Malone on ourselves. I personally regret my tattoos. And when people ask me what they mean, I'll just tell them they're Chinese symbols for stupidity and regret. On a more serious note though, I actually think as Christians, we should wrestle through our motives for getting tattoos. I've wanted to cover my tattoos up for years, but there's two things that keep me from that. One, the expense. Not just that I can't afford it, but I think before we drop big money on something like this, we should ask ourselves if this is good stewardship of what the Lord's given us. Secondly, the question, is this vanity? What's my motive? Am I just doing this so others will notice me? Because vanity is a sin, this obsession with one's appearance, our position. You can fall into vanity, to be clear, even without tattoos, through clothing, cars, makeup. But I think vanity is definitely a major force in many people's decisions. And so are tattoos a sin? Not per se. Should we consider our motives? Definitely. I'd like to hear your thoughts though. So leave a comment, or if you've got another question you'd like to hear answered, shoot us a DM.